Hello, friends. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the first Comfy Community Hangout. This is first part in an ongoing series where we're just going to hang out and make some cool stuff, chill out, and talk about all the. Let me kill the nature sounds here. There we go. And we'll talk about all the fun stuff that's been happening lately. And yeah, we'll just dive into some new, fresh models and new, fresh workflows. And, at different times, we'll have different things going on. But yeah, this is a little less formal than the office hours / town hall. So yeah, feel free to drop suggestions in the chat and drop images if we ask for them in the Discord. I guess in the comfy lounge channel or something. We'll figure that out later, but yeah, basically we want this to be fun and interactive. And yeah, so you got questions, you got stuff you want to hang out, you want to talk about, post it in the chat and we'll try to get to it. But yeah, otherwise it'll just kind of be like a rotating hangout session so we can all just sort of try all this stuff together. So yeah, today we're gonna, as you can see in the description, 2.1 first frame, last frame, and fun control has been added to Comfy for native support for Comfy. But in their current state, they are like a FP16, so they require a lot of VRAM to run. So if you want to play with this stuff on a card with lower VRAM, you can use Kajai's wrapper for the WAN video nodes and his quantized models. We're going to get into all that and what it means and all that stuff. But for now, yeah, we're just going to go through what WAN is and what FLF and what fun control is and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll try and get you going if you have lower amounts of VRAM. There's a lot of variants on these models. The newest ones are 14B though, unfortunately. So they are just large models, by nature. But as you saw last stream, not last one, but the one before that, we dove into sort of setting these up on RunPod and stuff. So the cloud is always an option if you don't have a big honking GPU and you want to play with this stuff. So don't feel like you need a 3090, 4090, whatever in your machine to work on it. It's just that you will have to, rent it from somewhere. So like RunPod's a good spot. Vast.ai, there's a bunch of them. But yeah, the point is not everybody has a big honking GPU in their computer. And yeah, if you have a Mac, this stuff's actually like really hard to do on your GPU. So that's a good option. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? InMac says, how long will we be live? These will usually go about an hour and a half, depending on what's up. If we have guests and everything's going good and everything's going swimmingly, maybe we'll go longer. We'll all hang out and keep vibing. So it's pretty loose, but yeah, I'll be on for about an hour and a half, depending on how deep we go down the WAN rabbit hole. And yeah, it'll kind of go like that from there. Hello, Cosmic Crafter. Joshua says, I'm running 14B 480p with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Pretty okay. That's awesome. That's good to know. I didn't know you could get the 14B into 12. That's fantastic. So, yeah, that's one of the really cool things about the community. Everyone's pushing to be able to do this stuff on, cards with less VRAM. So yeah, let's have a look over here. There it is. So Comfy added WAN 2.1, FLF 2V, and WAN 2.1 Fun native support. What does that mean? Basically, FLF means first frame, last frame. So we start with this frame. Let's make this a little bigger here. Can I zoom in even more? No? Okay. So this would be the first frame here, and this would be the second frame here. And then you can interpolate between the first and the second frame to make an animation. So these are some examples right here. Let's zoom out a bit. There we go. So I think this is an example of what happens there. So your first frame and your second frame, you get this blooming animation because it started unbloomed and now it's bloomed. That started somewhere and ended somewhere else, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll walk through how to set this up, how to download the models, how to get it all kicking so you can play with it at home. And then also we'll dive into the WAN 2.1 fun workflow. The only thing I've used this for so far is just OpenPose stuff, so we'll try a bit of that. But if you go over to the GitHub for this stuff, they explain, or the Hugging Face rather, I'll put a link in here. They explain what all the models are and what they do and how you can use them. So if I don't cover it here, please go forth and keep reading, because there's lots of information about this stuff everywhere and lots of ways you can try it out. Dreammaking says, hey, Purr's been running WAN 2.1 on 3060 12 gigabytes as well, thanks to all of Kajai's optimizations. Exactly. Yeah, Kajai is killing it. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a big workflow in the sense that it takes a lot of VRAM, it takes a lot of stuff. But I just ran this one real quick before the stream. I actually ran this at low res to try to do a quick one before the stream. So we started with this frame here and ended with this frame here, and it's the result. The higher you go with the resolution, the better it looks, things like that. And also, I was using the quantized version, with a quantized version of the clip model and all kinds of stuff. So the more you can use the full version of the model, the better quality you're going to get. So if you rent like a GPU with like more than 24 gigs of VRAM, you can probably do some really fun stuff using the full version of these models. But for local use, you want to try and keep it under what your card can do. Otherwise, it'll give you an out of memory error. What's the difference between the keyframe and the fun version? Well, the keyframe version, let me put that up there. Cosmic asked, what is the difference between the keyframe and the fun version? The keyframe version, the first last frame, FLF, that one is just for literally saying, I want this image to turn into this image. Image 1, then image 2. The fun version allows you to send in a video to control it. So you get almost like control net type stuff, depth maps and open pose and things like that. So we'll do an animation where we extract a open pose map from like an animation and then try it with the fun model and see if we can superimpose it on the dreamed video. So yeah, this is Kajai's workflow. The one that the one that they put out for the native version is a lot simpler, a lot easier to understand. It makes a lot more sense. Kajai's is just bigger and has more optimizations and stuff. And I'm going to walk through all that stuff in a minute here. But basically, if you have a lot of VRAM and you don't care about optimizations, like in size wise, the local workflow should work for you. Especially if you have a lot of VRAM. The Kajai stuff is got lots of optimizations if you don't have a lot of VRAM. So we're going to use that one just because it can use more models, as far as I know. I tried the FP8 version in the local native version last night, and it didn't work, but it might work now. But for now, I'm just going to stick with the Kajai one just because I know it works, and we'll move over to that stuff and see if it crashes my computer or not later. I was running out of VRAM yesterday, basically. Would be cool to explore what the temporal mask is for the image to video encode. Yeah. Generally, temporally masking is for showing it where you want it to change over the course of the video. So you would make a black and white mask and apply that. And it would be white where you want it to change and black where you want it not to change. Okay, so basically we load the diffusion model, we load the clip, we load the VAE. All that stuff goes into the clip where we can do our text prompt. We use the WAN first and last frame to video node, plug everything in, use this model sampling SD3 node, run that into the K sampler and send it out. The start and end frames have to go into clip vision encode nodes. All of this is available when you start up Comfy. If you just go to workflow, workflow browse templates, it's right here under video. You can just click WAN fun, WAN text to video, WAN image to video, fun control, fun in painting. So you can play with this stuff right out of the box. And then if you install the WAN video wrapper, all those workflows become available as well, and they have access to a couple of the more quantized models, so you'll be able to do it with lower VRAM. And also some fun stuff like Tcache and torch compile and block swapping and so we're gonna get into it. So yeah, this is the just straight I'm using the model way, and this is the I want to add some embellishments to the thing along the way mode. So if you get the Kajai nodes, which are right here, WAN video wrapper. There's the link. You can download this, and then the link to his models is right here. And then these are all the different quantizations of the model. If you have a, oh really? Maybe we'll try the native one again then. All right. So if you have a lower VRAM GPU, you want the FP8 E4M3FN version. The only thing to note is that if you want to use this with Torch Compile, it will not work on a 3090. There seems to be a thing with that particular version that won't work on a 3090. It does work on a 4090 with Torch Compile. Yeah, that's so we go. Hey, it's Yoland. What's up?
Oh, I did not expect I would be just directly joining.
Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
It's literally just testing, clicking the restream and what will happen afterwards.
Well, now you're here. How's it going?
Not bad. How are you doing yourself?
Not too bad. We're just diving into WAN video.
Oh, nice.
It's super fun. Oh yeah, I'm still learning how to use this thing. There we go. All right. So where were we? Yeah. So I was just talking about Kajai's nodes, Kajai's quantizations, and how you should use them. If you have low VRAM, but if you have lots of VRAM, go for the full versions. All right. Let's go over to Kajai's workflow and talk about some of that other stuff I was talking about, the optimizations. So you'll notice like this one is actually like quite a bit more. There's more nodes than the native ones, because the native one's just like a straight ahead implementation. In this, we're using the diffusers pipeline and a few other things, so we have access to some fun toys. So here we can use Torch Compile, and if you have a 3090, 4090, 5090, I guess, I don't know about the 5090 yet, you can increase the speed of your generations by using Torch Compile. So you would just plug this into here if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, don't sweat it. You can leave it unplugged. It's like 20 or 30% speed increase, I think. Good to have when you're moving, but not critical. And then we have this block swap thing. And this is what we use to control how much VRAM the model uses and how much it kind of swaps to your main thing. So if you're running out of memory, you can play with the blocks to swap and like increase the number, I believe it is. Trade-off between speed and memory usage. Yeah, I think more. Well, you have to try it out, but I think more will lower the VRAM requirements, but then lower the speed as well. So basically got to find min max that magic line. What else we got? So there's also the thing called T-cache, and I won't even pretend to understand what it does. But basically, it goes in and skips the frames that it feels like it does, or sorry, the steps in the generation that it feels that it doesn't need. So the higher this threshold, the more steps it's willing to skip. The lower the threshold, the more steps it tries to leave in. This can dramatically reduce the time it takes to generate these videos, because like if you skip like even 8 of 20 frames, like you're only doing 12 of 20 frames now. So yeah, the higher this threshold, the lower, or the lower amount of steps you have to do. But the quality does suffer the higher you go. So again, these are all trade-offs. Usually quality, but sometimes speed, with amount of VRAM or speed. You always get 2 of something, never all 3. And then yeah, it just decodes out into a concatenator so we can see this first frame, last frame thing. And again, the quality looks bad because I made a low res run to start, because these actually do take quite a while. But yeah, let's yeah, that's the whole setup for just running it. And then basically you just drop your 2 images in here. First image, last image. Right here, where's the resizer? Right here. This image resize controls the size of your animation, basically. So I had reduced it to 512, but I believe it's 768 by default. 1280 by 768 on either side. It seems to be the ideal resolution for this. But actually, I'm going to go back down to this for this, because just for the amount of time it takes. And let's go over to Pexels and get maybe an image of a dog. Where's Pexels? If you guys don't know Pexels, it's like a free CC0 site where you can go download images that you can use for all this kind of stuff. So let's see if we can turn some dogs into something. So just click, right click on the image, copy image, go back to your Comfy workflow. We're here, and then just click inside here and Control V, paste. So you can grab an image off the web and just drop it into any image load node. You don't have to like download it and name it and put it in a folder and do all that nonsense. Let's turn 2 dogs into this dog.
Actually, quite curious what it will look like in the end.
Me too. Let's go dogs licking the screen. I don't know. I don't find it very prompt adherent for this particular process. It's really more about the images in this thing. So you can try prompting, but really the one thing it does actually react to quite well is camera controls. And another thing is the prompts in this. If I was going to say dog licking the screen, what I really should do is go over to like ChatGPT or something. Let me pull it up on my other browser here. Basically, like you want to massage that prompt out a bit. So let's go over to ChatGPT and just, we have this prompt, just like, please expand this prompt into a prompt for a video generator, and then say like, I'd like it to be in about a paragraph long, 3 to 4 sentences. And ideally, like, yeah, hopefully, yeah, here we go. Beautiful. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say was, please describe the camera movement for the shot at the beginning. Yeah, so we can then further massage this prompt. So let's grab this, put it in here, and then let's have a quick look at it. So for a prompt like this, we don't need to talk to it like an LLM specifically, because it's like a clip. So where it says like at the beginning of the shot, the camera starts with a gentle handheld style movement. No, we're just gonna go gentle handheld camera. Yeah, gentle handheld camera moving, slowly pushing forward. Perfect. Yeah. Let's get rid of this. It subtly sways left and right, creating a sense of curiosity and closeness. We don't want too many flowery descriptions. We want kind of direct explanations of what we want. Smooth and intimate motion. Let's try that. Smooth and intimate motion. At the eye level with the dogs. We don't need to help build any feelings. There we go. As the first licks begin, the camera pauses. There. That you want to kind of a prompt about that long. A little longer is cool. Lots of description, and you could even describe the scene even more. So let's run this and just have it jump through all the things. And while it's running, I'll talk about downloading all the models and stuff and where they're supposed to go, because that's also a little confusing. There's also a load image by URL node. That's correct. Yep. And there's a bunch of ways to bring images in and out of Comfy. Whatever suits your workflow for the time is the best option. Oh, it's JoviX. What's up, JoviX? All right, let's see how it's doing. So it is rendering, and it's rendering at 512 by 512. It says it's going to take, I know you guys can't see this. I'll zoom in a bit if I can. Doesn't really increase that much. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, it's blocked by the ticker. 1 sec. Wink. There we go. All right. So you see how it says 14 minutes and 54 seconds there? I have a 3090. That's 81 frames at 512 by 512. That number is going to get reduced dramatically as Tcache starts skipping steps. So I think my last one actually took 10 minutes. So we shaved like 4 minutes off that. So, that goes up too. If it says like 26 minutes, it'll be like actually 21 minutes or something. So yeah, don't take that first value. Take that first value with a grain of salt. Let it cook for a bit, and it should normalize around the 10th step, and you'll have an idea how long it's going to take. But boom. So yeah, while that's going, let's talk about all the models and where they go. So for the version that you get with Comfy, like if you go to in Comfy, if you go to workflow, browse templates, and then you go to video. In this version here, all the links are in it. Even when you start it up, it'll start up and give you download links for all the models that you need to run it. So that's the easiest, lowest impact way to start playing with this. Just click on that. It'll come up. You say download, 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 download. And then it's going to download them all. And if you're on the web version, it'll download to your downloads folder. But if you're using the desktop ComfyUI like exe version, the desktop version, they should go into the correct folders. So another reason to use that, because it's just easier. It's pretty much the most low impact way to play with Comfy on your computer. If you just kind of want to start dabbling and you just want to try out all these cool templates. Right on. Yolan has to dip, but thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We'll see. Thank you, Purse.
Right on. Yeah. So where were we? Yeah. Download the desktop version for a low impact install. It does all the Python stuff for you to start. So it's totally the way to do it. If you don't want to get your feet wet in sort of Python dev environment development ops stuff. But if you're feeling adventurous and you want to like go deep down the rabbit hole, try all the most bleeding edge stuff, then yeah, go ahead, grab the web version and learn how to create a Python environment and get kicking. Even after saving the workflow, it asks for the models once again. It might be me issue, but I do have the models. Did you just download the models or did you put them in the correct folders? I'm going to show you that right now. So let's have a look at mine is just slightly different, but this is what your this is what your Comfy folder, models folder will look like. It'll be a bunch of different types of models all in these. And then, so if you downloaded all the models and they're just sitting in your downloads folder, you need to put them all in specific places. So the WAN model itself goes into the diffusion models folder. The WAN FLF models, the fun models, all that stuff, they go into diffusion models. So these ones go into diffusion models. Okay. And then the WAN video T5 text encoder, the text encoders, they are in your clip folder. So if you go into your models folder and go into clip, they go in here. So just drag and drop them into here from your downloads folder. And that's for anything like clip, T5, or like these ones, the clip, anything clip. The VAE, which is also another download link in the thing, that goes into the VAE folder, right? Oop. Starting to sense a pattern here. Okay. Yeah, all the models are right here in this link here. And yeah, you can go put them in the right spots. Diffusion models, clip, and VAE. And what else? I think that's... Oh, and this model too. This WAN video clip encoder, it's clip. This goes in your clip folder. If you can't find this one, just Google open clip XLM Roberta large, and it'll be the first link. I think it's this one. No. I had a link to this one earlier. Open clip bit huge 14. There it is. Just make it easy on you guys. There we go. Bloop. There's that clip model, just in case you can't find it anywhere. That's kind of an annoying one to dig up. Yeah, Clip Vision goes in the Clip Vision folder, etc., etc. Yeah, how's this one doing? We're about halfway done. All right. See what's going on over on the Discord. Yeah, I guess if you guys want to drop images to try out or something, we could put those in. Guess we'll go to the town hall chat. Yeah, go ahead and drop images in there. I'll try and do a run or something. After this one's done, I'll load up the fun model and we'll dive the open post stuff and see if we can get that to work, because that's super fun too. Only got about 2 minutes left on this run, so we're good. We're doing good. Yeah, if you have a 4090, this will be about like twice as fast, maybe more. And if you have the patience and the energy, try to get Sage attention. Try to get Sage attention working on your machine. It's a little easier now because they have this thing called Win Triton. It's like Triton for Windows. If none of this makes sense to you and you're kind of scared of Windows, don't worry about this. This is only a 30-40% speed increase, but it is just that 30-40% speed increase. If you can fight through it. Installing Triton for Windows has actually gotten a lot easier since now it's got like CUDA and stuff bundled into it. But before, it was actually quite difficult to install. So I haven't successfully done it the new way, but I know some people have. So I can't give you any advice on setting it up the new way. But I do have a guide on setting it up the old way on Notion, but I would maybe avoid that and try and set up Win Triton first, because basically Sage Attention requires Triton, and Triton requires a bunch of weird dependency stuff. But that Win Triton thing, Windows Triton, really tries to bridge the gap there, so that you only have to install Win Triton and then Sage Attention. And you'll know if your computer is capable of running Sage Attention out of the box, which it probably isn't. But if you've been down this road before, you can try by mounting your environment, your virtual environment, and typing pip install Sage Attention. If it errors out, read the message and try and figure out what's wrong. Chances are you will need to install Windows Triton. Again, it's a long process, but it's worth it because pretty much all the video models can use it to save time. So it's one of those install once, use everywhere type of things. But I will warn that the chances of screwing up your Comfy are pretty high trying to get that running. So, okay, so a black dog comes in from out of the frame and then it just cuts to this guy. I've been noticing a lot of hard cuts with this, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It does have the handheld shaky camera thing though. That's kind of great. Right on. That's sick. All right. What's next? Let's try the fun one. I downloaded the model. I'll just put it in the folder now. AI models. Yeah. Diffusion models. What did I say just 10 minutes ago? All right. WAN 2.1 fun control is in my diffusion models folder. So now if I hit R, the R key, Comfy will request an update to all of these drop-down folders. So when you do that, you can just go bloop and click it. So it'll show up in the list after you've moved a file into a folder if you hit R. So let's try to browse templates, WAN video wrapper, and try the fun control. Kajai is using the depth anything model here, so let's use that. Let's open the new manager and have a see. This one I need. What's the difference between fun and imp? Okay, so the difference is, I think they're both actually called fun models. One's fun control and one's fun in painting. Fun control is for using control videos to control the movement in the video. And INP stands for in painting, which is for doing video in painting. So it's the in painting version of the fun model. So basically it can do both, but it's split up into two different models. Yeah, one's good at one, one's good at the other. All right, depth anything's done. Let's restart our Comfy. Did that work? Don't you love it when you accidentally open OBS? Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it's restarting. Cool. All right, well, let's reload it. Okay. So, excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's have a look through it. Okay, so we have a reference image workflow. That's where you can use a reference image to, do a video from a person, or like, I think you can use several reference images or a start image, end image. embed thing where you like say like I have a person in a Coke can, and then the person will be like drinking the Coke, or a person in a dress, and then the person will be wearing that dress. So it's a way of really controlling the final result. But for this demo, let's try out the control video version, because that's the one we're going to play with. All right. So for this example, Kajai is using depth anything, so we're not going to rock the boat. We're going to try that. We're just going to leave everything the way it is, and we're going to go find a cool video on Pexels, because Pexels has videos too, not just images. Video. Ooh, do we have any cool videos of people jumping? I need a little more separation. No, I need jump. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think we can use that. I would prefer a tall one. Basically, I'm looking for something where the person's pretty big in the frame, but they're not like jumping out of the frame. All that kind of stuff. Actually, you know what? That'll be okay because it's a depth map. So let's do this one. This one is pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So click on the video, and then you don't need the like most high def version for this. In fact, the more you do, the higher the requirements, and the more chance you're going to just break Comfy when you're using large media. So let's just stick with like 1366 by 576. That's probably fine. Down let's click the side, and this is by Andrew Kota. So give him some love, Andrew Kota. All right, and downloaded it. There it is. Okay, so let's go back to Comfy and put that in here. Boink. Will it just work? No, of course not. Downloads. Where are you? There it is. I know why that didn't work, actually. It makes sense. Okay, so our frame load cap. Let me explain this node a little bit. I know everybody knows this node, but this is the load video node from Video Helper Suite. Some of these controls are actually like super duper handy for doing like editing in the node before you ever start working on something. So like for this, I don't need that many frames. We need how many frames we make in here? 53 frames. So we're going to do a 53 frame run. So we'll do a frame load cap of 53. And what that's going to do is make sure that it only loads 53 frames no matter what. So we're loading 53 frames out of this video. This button here, skip first frames, we can use this to tell it where to start the video. So we're going to start at 100 frames in. So let's try maybe 40 frames in. What I'm trying to do is just get the backflip. There, perfect. So we know from other nodes and stuff, we're cropping this image in the center. So the sides don't matter. The fact that it's ultra wide doesn't matter. It's just going to crop into the middle and make an animation that's 640 by 640. And we're going to crop center to make sure that happens. Crop center. All right. Depth anything. I like the VidI or VidL, I think it's called. Yeah, it's already selected. Depth anything, VidL. This node will actually just go ahead and download it for you, which is great. And where to now? One video. Yep, you're encoding. You're doing the thing. Okay, so let's go check all of our models and make sure they're all correct. So we're using the WAN 2.1 fun control model. It's FP8 E4M, so we need to actually set that down here. Quantization F48 E4 FP8 E4M 3FN. If you have a 4090, you can use fast, the fast variant. The problem is, as far as I understand, it reduces the quality quite a bit to the point where it's not worth using. But try it out. Let me know. I don't have a 4090, so I have no idea. We got to get that sorted out. You can usually tell what node or what it wants from what it had, and you could try to figure out if you have it or if you need to get something similar. But for this one, you'll notice it wanted the FP 16, but I don't have that. I have the FP8, so I probably need to turn my quantization to FP8 E4M3FN. So if you see a FP8 in your model, you probably have to turn the quantization on. Some of them auto detect it, so you might be okay, but you know, there you go. WAN 2.1 VAE BF16, boom. So we got all these models from the last time, but they're all linked up here as well. If you need them, they're in this link up here, and these model download links for the different fun models. I'm actually going to download this 1.3b one as well, because the 1.3b ones render much faster. So that'll be more fun for us to play with for iterating. Okay, so this is going to generate a depth map of the center of this video now. So we're loading the video, we're resizing it, sending into depth anything. How can we track the person like DaVinci or CapCut instead of cropping in the center? You can't. Yeah, got to do it manually. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Sorry, this is the answer. The question I was answering. How can we track the person like we're using DaVinci or CapCut instead of cropping at the center? The reason I say you can't do that is that's still a manual thing. You still need to use something that can do like tracking if you want to do that manually. But there are some nodes for like finding the person's nose and putting it dead center. So I have a feeling that type of workflow is probably automatable, but if you automated it with, say, Python or this method, it might be a little rougher than some of the more cleaner ways of doing it with like After Effects and stuff. So yeah, not to dismiss it outright, but yeah, some things are just, you know, it just makes sense to use the tool to do the thing. One thing AI is actually quite good at, though, is just like cutting out people, like matte cutting frames. It's not amazing. It's not perfect, but in a pinch, if you just need like a quick and dirty mask of a video or an image, AI is great at that. So, you know, it's good at some things and getting better at others. Okay. I think that's all the things. Let's just hit the button and see if Comfy gets mad. So it's control. What I'm hitting here is control enter, and that will run the workflow that you have selected. So we're doing our depth anything run. So here's our depth map. So it's going to try to make a video. I didn't even check the prompts. Okay, so I guess we're going to get a red fox and an autumnal forest doing a backflip in front of a waterfall. AI is good at cutting out people. That's hilariously grim without context. Yeah, that is double meaning for real. Juan is sneaky. If dialed in right, a gen is only 10 or so minutes, but that adds up so fast when trying to get the prompt right. A day goes by in a blink. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. I don't know how long this is going to take. And you know what? My T cache is super low. Let's see. We'll see. Oh, 12 minutes. That's fine. That's fine. So this is a text to video with a control video. That's correct. So all the AI is seeing is this. And the prompt about the red fox. Yeah, so when I was talking about the T-cache threshold earlier, 0.08 is kind of, you know, like the lowest I would go probably. And the highest I would maybe go is like 0.2, 0.25. That's kind of the threshold I've found so far, like 0.08 to about 0.2. You go higher than that, and it starts skipping important steps. And if you go below that, there's no point. You might as well just turn it off because you might only skip one step. I have not used WAN text to video, only image to video. I feel like gens take too long to gamble, not knowing where it starts. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes it's nicer just to prompt with images because at least you know where you're starting and what you're getting. So yeah, I feel that for sure. It's just so nice that we can do this locally on an open source model. It's crazy. Just like 3 months ago, this stuff only looked good on closed source websites. Oh, you know what? I haven't even played. Midnight says, "How do you feel about Tcache start steps? I found 3 to be my go-to, but could be placebo." I haven't even tried that yet, so yeah, maybe definitely worth a crack. What's that do? Like cut out the first few steps so that it like just cuts out the first few steps, I guess. Yeah, I haven't tried it. I don't have an opinion. It's hard to tell with this stuff again because the gens take so long that like it's like you're gonna do like 60 runs to test a feature. You kind of gotta use your intuition and try and figure it out with your gut. I found out this streaming thing has bird sounds. I was just gonna let them run the whole time and then act like I couldn't hear them. Should give it a try with Skyreel 2 and Comfy with 1. Awesome. I've only heard the name Skyreel. I haven't even checked out what the what it does yet. But we're going to be exploring all these models in different videos going forward. So plenty of time. And if you have examples of great settings and stuff like that, feel free to drop those in the town hall chat in the Discord. Let me throw the ticker up again. There we go. Links should be on there. Oh, I could throw the QR code there too. Boop. Yeah, you can go get all the links and pop on the Discord from that QR code there. Basically, like if you have cool ideas, cool settings, things you want us to try, models, ideas for the streams, ideas for guests, please feel free to drop them in Town Hall, and we'll put it all together and keep a running thing because it'll be me, it'll be Midjourney Man, Machine Delusions, Phil, and Milan, and all kinds of fun guests, and hopefully we'll try and get some of the devs in there too. We'll talk about the guts of Comfy and how it works, and maybe some stuff on like making your own custom nodes and diving deeper into the dev side of things would be pretty fun. Art's important, but it's really cool to dive into some of the harder stuff as well. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Starts Tcache later in the gen due to the first steps being more important. Oh, okay. So the start frame makes sure that it does the first denoising steps and then starts to apply the Tcache. That makes sense. Yeah, I played with Frame Pack a little bit personally. It's really fun. Yeah, HiDream is cool. We did a HiDream stream on the Discord, but we can go back and do another HiDream stream here on YouTube and Twitch and X and all the lovely places you guys come and visit us on. Links are in the thing. Links are in the top. Follow us on Google. Follow us on Google. Follow us on X. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on LinkedIn. Go to comfy.org. Go to blog.comfy.org for all the latest native support and announcements. And yeah, come by the Discord. The link's at the top of the website. We're always hanging out there, and there's always people popping in the help channel and in the dev channel and in the main chatter channel. So if you have questions, thoughts, concerns, you build something cool you want to show everybody, it's a great place to go. HiDream is natively supported in Comfy now. That is correct. That is correct. Right on. I'm going to get rid of the ticker again. Oh, yeah. Ooh. That's us, Comfy Community Hangout. So yeah, just for anybody who's just joining now or joined a while ago and doesn't know what's going on, this is a Comfy Community Hangout, and we're going to be doing this every week on, I guess Tuesdays to start. Basically, we have a town hall on Friday and this on Tuesday. And the town hall is more formal. We'll go through the news of the week and have a guest or a deep dive on a workflow or a deep dive on a model concept, thing like that. This one is more like, let's just hang out and chill out, talk about Diffusion and the ecosystem in general. And if you guys have thoughts, concerns, questions about Comfy, want to do questions, things like that, drop them in the chat and I'll just try and pull them up on the screen and we'll talk about them as it goes. And yeah, let's follow us on Google+. How's the native HiDream speed versus Kajai's? I don't actually know. I think it's the same. I think it's probably the same. Unless there's like a shared memory thing going on where you run out of VRAM, then that'll obviously be slower because it's dipping into your system memory. But oh yeah, didn't get enough coffee today. Never enough coffee. Oh, yeah. So what do we got? 2 minutes left. So this has been a lot of fun. What else is really cool is Vase, V-A-C-E, Vase Control. That's really fun. We'll dive into that too. That should be supported natively, I would imagine, pretty soon. Man, there's so much to cover. A lot of new stuff came out. Actually, even today, something came out. One sec, I have a link for it. Uni 3C, unifying precisely 3D enhanced camera and human motion controls for video generation. Check this out. So it looks like we're basically going way beyond motion capture into some sort of like 3D Gaussian capture nonsense. We're getting precise camera control of our video generations. Orbit cam. Motion transfer with camera control. Crazy. Look at those rocks, the shadows on the rocks. They're like pretty good. I'm not even going to pretend to understand what any of this means, but holy cow. So yeah, as soon as this is available, obviously we'll we'll be playing with it. But you know, as some of these papers go, we got code and model coming soon, and that soon has a great big asterisk beside it. So hopefully we see this come out someday. That would be fun. It looks incredibly powerful. And then we can make Mr. Bean do anything. All right. We are decoding our one video. Holy. Okay, just to remind everyone, our prompt was high quality nature video of a red fox in an autumnal forest. There's a waterfall in the background. And it did pretty much exactly that. I mean, the body's a little messed up, but it's also a quadrupedal dog in human form doing a backflip off a rock. So yeah, I mean, you can imagine just how powerful this is and how far this can go. And yeah, you can use depth maps, you can use open pose, I believe you can use line art, and you can actually composite combinations of those. So yeah, that's one first frame, last frame, and fun control. So you know, yeah, what an amazing time we live in, that I can run this locally on a GPU that's available, you know, publicly, without having to pay for a service somewhere to do it. It's incredible. And it's just the beginning of the iceberg. There's not millions, but there's dozens of these models, and they all have different characteristics and different abilities. So really explore the landscape and have some fun. And we'll be here right with you, diving into all this stuff together. Let me pull up the old ticker and all the fun stuff here. Pop the QR code. All right. Thanks, everybody. Again, we're doing this every week, Tuesdays and Fridays. We'll have different hosts. We'll have different combinations. We'll all be co-hosting together. You know, some people are off doing things on different days, so we'll all be able to do it together. You have ideas for the show, things you want to do, bring it up on the Discord, and we'll dive in. Hit us up on Twitter, or X, on Instagram, and all the places. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like us, and do all those fun things. And when you see the broadcast for the show, if you can, please retweet and like it. It really helps spread the word. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you all on Friday. Bye-bye.